Good afternoon, everyone. This is Pinkie the Housewife. Thank you for watching my video today. I have some new news, some new information on Sean P. Diddy Combs. Okay, yes, I do have some new information. But before we get started with that, let me just go ahead and lay out the house rules for you first. I can let me just say everything is alleged. This is my opinion only. And this video is made for entertainment and educational purposes. Now, if I can get everybody to go ahead and hit that like button before we get started, that's the thumbs up to keep me in the algorithm. If you have not hit it, go ahead and hit that like button since you're going to be watching the video. Okay? Do me that favor and go ahead and subscribe to the channel because we're almost there on my second channel, which is Pink Global. Pink Global is halfway there and being monetized. Now, if you're watching it on my main channel, which is Pinkie the Housewife, that's great. Thank you. I just need you to go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to that channel, by all means do so. So you're going to hit the like button on both channels and you're going to subscribe on both channels, okay? If you have not. And I'm going to go ahead and let you know, thank you for doing that, okay? Now, I'm not sure what information may be shared today. It may be a little too hard for some people to listen to. Some things may be a little graphic or images. So I just rather put that out just to be safe. And if we don't need it, we don't need it. Okay. Now we're going to be talking about Sean P. Diddy or Diddy Combs. He's living in what they call hell on earth. Yeah, that's what they call his new home now. Today is Saturday, actually. Saturday, September the 21st. So he's been there since Monday. Monday, guys. And oh my God, let me just tell you this, guys. You would not believe what I saw today. I've been gone all day today. After I got off a live with my co-host, right? I did. My co-host had a live today, so I was on her live today, right? But after that, I left today, and I've been gone for hours, right? Hours. And then when I did get home, now I haven't been looking at social media or nothing on my phone. I kid you not. I just enjoyed being away, relaxing. Just me and my husband in the car. Everybody else was at home taking care of the dogs, taking care of the baby, right? But anyway, get home. I'll watch. And let me see. Let me just pull it up so I won't say it wrong. I know his name, but I just want to make sure I say everything right. Let me just see. Can I find it? It's AK. It's Jamal, aka Jamal channel. Okay. I watched his channel. He did an update on Sean Combs, right? And while watching, it was a video he played. And so glad I did. Thank you, Jamal, aka Jamal. Y'all make sure y'all go over there. He's a content creator. Yes, and watch that video. He did an update today on P. Diddy. Okay. And it was a video. He showed video of P. Diddy's arrest. I'm just going to say Diddy's arrest. Okay. He showed a video. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. P. Diddy wasn't acting like the man then. No, he wasn't. You know how sometimes people act all big stuff and big dog, be poking their chest out. I'm big dog. Let me tell you, kid me not. I was trying to count, and he was too. We both was counting. I paused and tried to count too. I count 11, but I'd rather say 10 to 11 than just 11 people walking behind him. Entourage, right? I'd rather say 10 than 11. But I count 11. I swear I did. But I'd rather say 10 to 11, right? It was a video of his arrest where I'm trying to find it, guys. I am. Oops, because I want to describe it as oh, here it is. I got it. Okay, I'm pulling him back up. Okay. More detail about okay. Where he's at. Okay, that's him talking. Okay, I'm not going to show his video or anything. I just want describe it. Okay, I just want to describe it to you all because I'm not going to play his video. Okay, but I want to describe, and I think his was courtesy. I'm not going to say it, but anyway, let me just mute it until it gets to the. I'm going to describe what I saw. Okay, let me just say it's going to be in the hotel lobby. You know when you're coming down before you get outside, right before you get outside, you're not in the lobby part, but there's when you walk out the foyer area, Once you walk out of the lobby, then through the glass doors, and then there's another part where you can stand and wait on your car before you step outside the other glass doors that's opening up to let you out, right? Before that. Okay. So he's coming through that part, right? Him and his big entourage, all these men, all these people right behind him. Okay. And he had on a trench coat, kind of long down to past his ankle, not ankles, past his knee, I would say right at his calf or something like that. Okay. It was black. And I think he had on a black shirt up under that and some light colored pants. I can't make out the color as well. But then I'm okay. Let me just bring it up now. Let me just bring it up. Did I? More detail about where he's at? We'll see. Wait, I didn't want to play his video because I want to mute it because I don't have the right to do that. Okay, I just want to describe what it is. Okay, here it is. Okay, it's Diddy. He's in front. There's someone not quite beside him, but kind of a step behind him. Almost look like he's beside him, but he's like 1 foot a step away from being beside him. Okay, so Diddy is in front. And that other person is on his right hand side. So they're coming through. Well, are they coming into the hotel? No, they're coming into the hotel. Okay, yes. Okay, I thought they was going out. I have to take another look because the stuff is inside the hotel. So they're coming inside the hotel. I guess they've been out in New York, on the streets of New York. Okay, so they're coming in, and there's an arrow pointing to Diddy, saying, "This is Diddy," you know. But anyway, Diddy is coming in. He got on a black trench coat. I want to say it's black because it's hard to tell. Okay. Excuse me, guys. And a black shirt, like the black shirt every time he go to his see the judge. He's in a black shirt, right? And I can't tell the color of the pants, but they're not black. Okay. So somebody's on his side, near him, right, kind of beside him. And then there's some people. There's another guy walking behind him, and another guy, and then a whole lot of them falling in, coming in behind him, all of them, right? So they're getting ready to walk through the doors. But as soon as Diddy, before he get all the way inside the hotel lobby, two white men is going to come up, and I think they knew this was a planned act. They come planned because I guess that they had people watching him. Because soon as he's getting ready to step inside, even before he step inside the lobby, they come and everything just, you got a lot of security and a lot of boys and a lot of entourage behind you. They're gonna probably, how you see sometimes they surround the celebrity or whoever they're guarding. They don't do nothing. Everybody just stand there like, oh my God. Like you see something you never expect to see, that look. Okay. So let me go ahead and let it roll. Okay. He got his hand. Diddy had his hand kind of, that's his left hand. No, that's his right hand. I don't know. But anyway, kind of holding on to his pants or something with, a pocket or something. But anyway, two white men walks up to him straight from the lobby. They both got on white shirts, look like white shirts, dark pants, look like black. Okay. One is kind of bald in the top with hair, a little balding effect going on him. Not bald, but balding. How you got hair. And both of them are slender guys, look like they still kind of young, not old men, not old men, but fit guys. These are fit guys, you can tell. They ain't built like big, but they they fit. But anyway, so all of Diddy's people are coming in, and you got three of them already and walked inside the lobby. As soon as Diddy stepped inside the lobby, those men rush out and they just stop in front of Diddy, and they just, let me see, did they show anything? Let me just see this. Okay, one get in front of Diddy, and I don't know what he said to him or what he had something in his hand. I guess he may have showed Diddy that he have something in his hand, like a folder or envelope or something. And then the other one, as soon as he did that, Diddy turned toward him, and everybody else coming on through. And then the other men that's what Diddy just stopped. And one of them, the second man that didn't have anything in his hand, he puts his hand, on Diddy's arm, on your right above your elbow, between your shoulder and your elbow, right there. He grabs him right there. And it's like, when somebody put their hand on you right there and leading you somewhere, that's what he's doing. And then the other one got his hands out in front of one of Diddy's people, put his hand out like he's blocking him off or reaching for Diddy on the other side. His arm is out, standing out between Diddy and the other person, where that person would have to move his arm, or the man have to move his arm if you want to get closer to Diddy. No. So I think he's grabbing at Diddy too. Let me just see. Yeah, he did. He grabbed at Diddy. So that man that put his hand on his arm, then he take his arm when Diddy started walking toward, it was like, okay. Then he put his hand on his back of his shoulder. And then the other one got his hand on top of his shoulder, leading Diddy away. And those are light color pins. So Diddy's people just standing there. There's a big guy that was kind of in front of Diddy. Or came on in. He just standing there. And the other one that was kind of walking beside Diddy, he just standing there. So they both got their hands on Diddy's shoulder, and they're leading Diddy away. Diddy didn't, nobody's put up a fuss or nothing. I don't know, did they introduce themselves or did they have something around their neck showing who they are, that they was the feds? But the one that approached Diddy first, he got some papers or a folder or envelope or something in his hand. And so they're leading Diddy away. Now they both got their hands on his back. not on his shoulder. Soon as Diddy started walking, as they was guiding him, then they both put their hands on the on the crease of his back, leading him like right up under your, leading him away with their hands on his back. And Diddy's people all just standing there, did not move, did not follow, they're not doing anything, just looking. They're all looking like, what is going on? What is going on? And you can see they want to follow, but they stop, and they all just looking. They're trying to figure out why these two white men, they're not dressed in a suit or nothing. They leading him away. Okay. It was so quick. It's almost like you just walk up to somebody and you say something, and then all of a sudden you just start guiding them away. And the people around with Diddy don't say anything. They just, I guess they are confused too. And I guess Diddy was surprised too. And he didn't put up a fuss or anything. And they then walking him through the lobby now. And Diddy people, now they turning a corner. Now, as soon as they turn the corner, there's two other men. Another one with a light color shirt on, and there's another one, a black man in all black. I don't know whether he's one of Diddy's people or not, or what, but it's two other men came up. As they turned the corner, they're getting ready to go in on the elevator or into a room. I'm not sure what that is. Let me see. Oh, that's the elevator. I think that is the elevator. Okay, now after that, I don't know when they come down or came down or what. Now there's an older man with them. Grayish type shirt. It's a light color shirt. It looks gray. He's more bald than the other one. The first white man one of them walks through the door. They're going out through the lobby now. He walks through the door of the lobby, the glass doors that open, he's walking through the door. And then there's another man, the other man that came up around when they turned the corner, all of a sudden just appeared with him. He's there with him. And let me see, who is this over to the side? And then the other guy, he's walking with him. So it's three white men walking out. The two plus a new one walking out first. Diddy is Diddy is with one of the men that had is three white men walking out. Diddy is walking. He's you got three white men, then you got Diddy and another man. The other man is the man that met him in the lobby. He still got his hand on Diddy. He got his hand on his back. Like a man would put his hand on a woman's back, walking with her. That's how he got his hand on his back. Diddy still got the black trench coat on. And the other one stops in the middle of the doorway as because he's guiding Diddy. The other one, I don't see none of Diddy's people around, but this man is guiding Diddy. And then the other one turns around and facing Diddy. I guess he's facing Diddy as Diddy getting ready to step out of the lobby there in between the doors. So now he got his hand on Diddy. Diddy's hands are handcuffed behind his back. Both hands, he's in handcuffs now. So I can see it now since then, right in front of the door, just step through the doorway, going out in that little area before you go out the main door onto the street. So the second man that stopped in front, turned around and stopped in front of Diddy, now he got his hand on his other arm. And the other man still got his hand. It looks like instead on his back, it looks like it may be on his other arm. But anyway, Diddy's hands are cuffed. So Diddy got it in handcuffs. The other man and already walked. There's one standing in the other doorway leading out to the street, and the rest of them are looking out. It's almost like they're looking for a car to pull up or vehicle to pull up. And they're trying to see, make sure it's not crowded or nobody's out there. Yeah, because they stopped Diddy. The one that was guiding him out took his hand off because the other one is motioning to him, the one that's standing halfway in the doorway and onto the street. And the other one that stopped in front of Diddy as they was getting ready to walk out, he got his hand on Diddy's arm. While you can see both of his hands handcuffed behind his back. So now they're walking out, and then now here comes another guy walking out the door. Just came out of that area where they was another white man came out. He's letting Diddy them get out first. No, he's not part of this, that other man, because he turned and went the other way. Okay, now they're showing a better view. Now what they're doing, they're showing a view of it as they went out the door now. Okay, they the other guy still have his hand on Diddy. There's one that's standing out on the middle of the sidewalk, turned, making, it's like, when celebrities be going in and out to their cars, you know how they make a pathway so nobody come past and get too close. That's what they're doing. So he's standing looking all up. He got 3 men around him. Diddy does. They're leading him out. Now all of them started walking as they leading Diddy out. And then it cuts off. I guess they're leading him out to a car. It cuts off then. Yeah. Isn't that something? So he was handcuffed. They met Diddy when he was going into the hotel. Not coming out. He was going into the hotel. Okay. Now, let me go ahead. This is his attorney is speaking right now. His attorney is going to be speaking. This is with CNN. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. This is an exclusive, and it talks about his indictment. Combs held free calls or sex performance where victims were drugged and coerced into sex acts. So I'm going to play that, okay? So y'all can listen to his attorney. His attorney is not outside, he's on CNN News. He's doing an interview, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and play that for you. I hope y'all could understand. So Diddy was arrested going into the hotel with his entourage and security or whatever all these men he had with him. Okay. And then when they finally bringing him out, he was in handcuffs. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and play this, guys.
Reporter who was in the courtroom today said that he appeared to have a stunned expression on his face. Was he surprised that he was arrested last night?
No, he definitely was not. I mean, I told him myself in early September, you are going to be arrested soon, and you're going to be charged with racketeering, and you're going to be charged with sex trafficking. So come to New York. It wasn't a long conversation. He agreed. So we knew this was coming. And in fact, we offered that he would turn himself in.
So if there are these witnesses and victims, and as you're saying that you believe it's one victim and 49 witnesses who saw this behavior, that's pretty powerful, though, to have that many people who have, if they go to court and argue that they witnessed this behavior by your client.
Well,
what's your defense against that kind of behavior?
So my defense is very well established. I interviewed myself, the different men who were being brought sort of into Mr. Combs and this person's intimate situation. I've flown around the country. I've interviewed a large number of them. There's not the slightest inkling, according to the interviews that I've done, of anything that's coercive, non-consensual. Nobody was too drunk. Nobody was too high. These were adults in a relation. This is a 10-year relationship. We can't forget that. This is a 10-year relationship. And it was adults and consensual, and everybody who was there wanted to be there. So I feel very confident in our position.
You said you interviewed the men, but what about the women?
I haven't interviewed the woman's not available to me. She's presumably a grand jury witness, and we would not, we cannot try to interview a grand jury.
Did y'all hear when he said these? He's trying to say everybody was grown, okay? But he said they wanted to be there. They wanted to be there. I beg to differ. I don't believe that one bit. I don't believe that one bit that those people wanted to be there. He'll have to tell that to somebody else. He talking about everybody, they wanted to be there. It was consensual. I don't think so. You know, I guess he have to say that. I guess he have to say that. So, you know, you do what you got to do. I guess he got to say that and do that. Okay. The next video we're going to show is with Live Now from Fox. Okay. Fox TV. Okay. Live Now from Fox. Now, all this information with CNN and from Fox, both will be down in my description box under the video. So if you want to go back and watch that again and hear what this man said again, because what he's saying that don't make no sense to me. But who am I to say it don't make no sense? I'm just a housewife, okay? But it don't make no sense to me. No. Oh, my Lord. I don't want to look at that picture. Okay, let's go ahead and watch the next video, guys. Oh, I don't know what to say about what the lawyer just said. I really don't know. Okay, here we go. Whew. You know that his new home, let me just say today is Saturday, September the 21st. Diddy was locked up on Monday. Monday was the 16th. So he'd been there for quite a while. I wonder how it's his adjustment. I already heard he's not adjusting well. Because you go from living in a mansion where everything is done for you. People cook your food, clean your house, do everything for you. And you wake up when you get ready. Now you got to clean your own little cell. And I heard that cell is so tiny. It's 5 feet by 5 by 3 or something like that. And I'm 5 feet tall. Is he saying that's little? But anyway, they have no pillow to sleep on. So what if you got a bad neck or bad back? Oh my Lord, think about that. And you sleeping on this hard thing. Plus, I think the mattress is so thin. There's somebody in here that's gonna, because what's his name? Cohen. I forgot his name. But anyway, he was there. He was in that place. You got other people, all his friends, like R. Kelly. Well, if he's not his friend now, he's gonna be. But anyway, and all these other people, celebrities, that's the place they sent him. And they call that place hell on earth. It's the Metropolitan Detention Center. They call it the hell on earth because, ooh, Lord, if you don't, that's a place you don't want to go to. Oh my God. Well, I'll just let them tell you, okay? They may unmute it. Make sure it's okay.
Thanks for joining us here at Live Now from Fox. I'm your host, Carla Hada. Let's continue with one of the top headlines that we were covering earlier this week. It's having to do with Sean Diddy Combs, the disgraced music mogul, mogul. Earlier today, a second federal judge refusing to grant him bail. The judge ruled that the rapper was a danger to the community and posed too much of a risk of interfering with his case. Now, Diddy was arrested and charged this week with using his own power and prestige to sexually abuse women for years. Fox News correspondent Matt Finn has the latest.
The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot.
A federal judge rejected rapper Sean Diddy Combs' bail appeal. This means the music mogul will remain behind bars until the start of his trial for sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges. Combs pleaded not guilty to those charges Tuesday.
He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent. And we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any longer.
At a bail hearing Wednesday, the rapper's attorney proposed a $50 million bail package as an incentive to get him out of custody. It included home detention for Combs at his private mansion in Florida, with GPS monitoring and strict limitations on who could visit him. The judge, however, sided with prosecutors. They argued this was not enough to guarantee Combs would not tamper with witnesses in the case.
We've all seen the video of him beating Cassie in 2016. And there was also evidence that he tried to bribe and intimidate the victims in this case. And I think that's why the judge denied bond.
Combs' attorney says they are now considering another appeal. They've also asked the court to help move Combs from the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a facility known for overcrowding and accusations of violence. Instead, Combs wants to be jailed at the Essex County Correctional Facility in New Jersey.
I think it's better for the person being housed there, and it's easier to get access, to him.
Combs' next court date is in October. If convicted, he could face up to life in prison. Matt Finn, Fox News.
Thank you to Matt Finn for that report. I want to dive into this topic a little deeper now by bringing into the conversation our friend here, legal affairs journalist Megan Cuniff. Megan, of course, you have been following this story extensively for some time now, actually, but let's kind of break it down for our viewers here, because the charges that Diddy is facing very serious and could lead to life in prison. So tell us, what are those charges?
There's a sex trafficking charge, there is a transportation for prostitution charge, and then there's a racketeering charge, racketeering conspiracy, which alleges basically organized crime, and that's the case that could carry a potential life sentence if convicted. And it's an all-encompassing charge that includes allegations of arson and other crimes that aren't actually charged in the indictment, but that prosecutors have said in other filings that they have evidence of and people willing to testify about.
So earlier this week, Diddy pleading not guilty to those charges, the racketeering conspiracy and the sex trafficking. What is the precedent that his defense is now setting the stage for as they prepare to defend Diddy's innocence?
They do have the option, like the report said a minute ago, of pursuing an appeal to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, which includes the New York federal courts, regarding his bail issue. It'll be interesting to see if they do that, because it would be a legitimate criminal defense advocacy move to do that. But the idea that the Second Circuit is going to let him out, that they're going to see any kind of problem in what the judges did here, the previous judges' assessments of this, I think is just slim to none. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually do pursue anything with the Second Circuit. But other than that, it's preparing for trial. And I thought they made an interesting and a good defense strategy move at his last appearance with the district judge, Andrew Carter. They declined to waive his right to a speedy trial. So that puts them, they haven't set a trial date yet, but if he continues to do that, that'll put prosecutors under the gun to obviously be prepared to go to trial. But that could also lead to a superseding indictment against him that has other co-defendants in it. Because if he has other co-defendants, it's easier for the prosecutors to get a trial extension if he's not agreeing to waive time. So there's a lot of what ifs right now, but I think at this stage they need to get ready for some kind of litigation of the actual case facts, because I don't think the bail issue is going to go anywhere. But like I said, it'll be interesting to see if they do pursue anything with the Second Circuit.
Megan, before we look ahead to see where this is going to go, when the trial may play out, let's kind of go back in time for a minute here and walk us through how we got to this moment where right now we're seeing Diddy sitting in a jail charged with these really terrible accusations.
It's a pretty shocking downfall for somebody. I mean, for anybody to be where he is, not a good situation in life. It's not a good place to be. I mean, his lawyers described the conditions there as inhumane, and he's not the first criminal defense attorney to describe the conditions of the NBC there as inhumane and really unlivable. But to have a celebrity of his stature and just the lifestyle that he was used to living, we all saw the footage from his mansions when they were raided back in March. To go from living in a situation like that to a jail cell, and then also the conditions that he's placed under, the restrictions. Obviously, I can't imagine he's having any contact with other inmates. He's totally isolated. But then prosecutors have indicated that drugs were involved in this. That a prosecutor said during his first bail hearing that they found suspected drugs in the hotel room when he was arrested. So you couple the situation he's in with the possible withdrawal
I'm just letting this ad play out, but yeah, got to remember. Okay, here it is again. He allegedly, everyone had said that he do drugs. So if you're locked up and you can't have the people to give you your fix, like everybody know, everybody had around him had to carry his stuff for him and make sure you have it at all times. When he turns around and tell you, where is it? You got to have it. And he don't have that now. Ooh, my Lord. He is in hell on earth. Yeah. He's in the Metropolitan Detention Center, which is the MDC, and it's known for violence, filth, everything. No bed, heart, everything. Just nasty place, filthy place, nasty food. And he's coming down off his high. Ooh, my Lord. He's probably in a rage right now. If I was that attorney, I'd be hiding somewhere. I'd be afraid to talk to him. Ooh, Lord. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, guys?
Right now, I want to bring up this tweet from TM.
I think
you couple the situation he's in with the possible withdrawal from whatever drugs he's on. It's just got to be a terrible situation for him.
Speaking on some of the conditions that he is kind of going through right now, I want to bring up this tweet from TMZ. I want to touch on this topic a little bit here. It says, Diddy placed on routine suicide watch at Metropolitan Detention Center. Megan, what have you heard about this?
I could see that happening, and I think they're correct to label it as routine. Although it kind of is shocking to see those phrases together. There, it does seem like this would be standard operating procedures, because just of what the conditions that I just described in the last question there, just the downfall for him and what he's.
Let me ask you all a question. That routine suicide watch, is this a way that they're preparing us for, because we already see his downfall, and I'm not rooting for him at all. No, I never did like him in the first place, but I still have to report the news like it is, right? And I have to be report correct, right? But is this a way that maybe that they're the people in charge of the trying to let us know, preparing us? So routine watch. So when he do end up like, if he just say possibility, or if he ends up like, what's that man's name? What's his name? I forgot his name. That other pedophile. His name just slipped out of my mind. But anyway, it's not Harvey one. It was the other one. Well, Maxwell. Maxwell was his madam. His madam was Maxwell, whatever his name. I can't remember his name now. Is this a way for, he was rich too. He's super rich like Diddy was, right? But he was a white guy. Is this a way for them to prepare us for his demise, or to say he did something to himself and now he's not living no more? Because they was watching him. That's why they put him on that routine suicide watch. Is this a way for them to get him out of the way? They got him and get him on out of the way? I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking out loud. It's allegedly, though. I don't know. But it's not like I'm rooting for him. My rooting is for all the victims, Cassie and all the other victims, whether they men or women. Right? And work and got my mind on, and I'm concerned about his girls. I ain't concerned about his boys. I'm talking about his girls, because let me just pull it up. Well, I'll wait till this is over, because on that bond package, they had a bond package. I want to talk about that, because it seems like everybody's passport was given up except for the boys. All the women in his life, all his daughters and his mama in his, but not his boys. They can run around and fly everywhere and go everywhere. Is it like that? Because then money that's overseas, they can go be there in person to do what they need to do. Because you can't move large sums of money unless you're in person, allegedly, and that's what I think. But is that so they can travel back and forth and take care of things? That's why their passport, I would think their passport is the one you need to surrender. Why do you surrendering baby love passport? That baby is she walking yet? What's she got to do with it? She ain't got nothing to do with it. What about your girls? They ain't got nothing to do with what you doing. Why surrender their passports, your girls? That don't make no sense to me. I'm just thinking out loud, and I'm just saying. Now let's get back to it.
He's up against, and the possible withdrawal from drugs. I think it would be, I think that we would see that in other cases too. And I think that the desperation or just the shock that he might feel being in custody, it might be reflected in the speed in which we saw his bail appeal hearing, because it's typical that we would see the bail request during his first appearance, but you might expect to see an appeal to the district judge come a little bit later to give them more time to put together a more thorough package, or a different, to have it the next day like that was a little unusual. And that could just reflect the fact that he's had attorneys working on this for quite a while. That was one thing that surprised me about the case, was they filed a lot of their correspondence with prosecutors in the months before this, and you saw that he had his attorneys working a lot on this. So they might have just been very prepared to appeal to the district court judge. But other attorneys have remarked that that is really a sign of the clients saying to his attorneys, get me out of here, do anything you can to get me out of here. So they've exhausted that role. But like I said, it'll be interesting to see if they do pursue anything with the Second Circuit, because I just think I don't know if any defense attorney, given that that is a good legal option, would just say, why bother? But I think from another standpoint, people who've just watched this before and understand the chances of that happening might say, why bother? But we'll see.
Megan, when digging in through some research here on this entire story, I mean, I can go down a rabbit hole of so many different theories that I'm reading online, but I'm curious to know, have you seen any celebrities commenting on this, or any other prominent figures? I mean, it's a big story. It's a big deal, especially within the entertainment industry.
It is. I have not taken the time to really look too much. I've just been, kind of busy tracking tracking all the filings and developments. But I think people are proceeding with caution on this. I don't know if anyone in Hollywood or the music industry has spoken up too much. But like I said, I haven't really been monitoring that very much.
I want to look ahead then, because now that we know that his bail has been denied twice, he's going to remain in jail until this trial gets started. I mean, what kind of timeline are we looking at?
Secure a superseding indictment with co-defendants, or if he just agrees to waive time. And then the question would be, if there is a superseding indictment with co-defendants, what is the nature of the co-defendants? Are they all people who are unnamed co-conspirators right now in the indictment and could testify against him? Or is there any thought that Diddy could somehow implicate other people around him? There's just a lot that remains to be seen. But I told somebody the other day, I promise this isn't going to actually go to trial until, at least a year. I mean, if he won't waive his speedy trial rights, it's still not going to go to trial. This year. It's like I said, they can add co-defendants and do all sorts of things. So I think we're in for a long wait, but there's a status report actually due on Monday. So we'll find out some more information then about what the plan is on how to proceed. And I think we'll be getting a trial date probably on October 9th. That's when their next status conference is before the judge.
Megan, still so early on into this entire case. Of course, Diddy just being arrested and charged this week, now being denied bail, and you saying that this trial isn't going to get started for at least several months from now. So really preliminary when we talk about this. But before I let you go, is there anything else that you feel that you have to point out about this case, things that you think that we should be watching out for, something that you're most particularly interested in seeing within the next developments?
I think that in the next week it'll be interesting to see what they say in their status report on Monday, and then if we see some action with the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, and if we do, what kind of package do they put together to the Second Circuit regarding bail release that's substantially different from what they submitted to the district court. That'll be interesting to see. And then the big question of co-defendants: is he going to get co-defendants? Have prosecutors secured the cooperation of enough co-conspirators that they don't need to do that? Or are they going to see the value in not only having some leverage on co-conspirators in the form of criminal charges, but also, like I said, it just helps with scheduling. And if he won't waive time, his speedy trial right, they can force a continuance through a superseding indictment with co-defendants.
Still so many things to watch out for here at Megan Cuniff, legal affairs journalist. We always appreciate your time. And of course, we'll be checking in with you as this trial proceeds. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Did y'all like that and get a lot of information? Wait, let me just check and see whether she got anything else going on.
Is facing, it can be particularly triggering to some people, especially survivors of different types of domestic and sexual abuse. So I do want to put up on your screen here just a reminder for everyone that there is a national domestic violence hotline. If you or someone you know is experiencing abuse, the hotline is available 24/7, 365. You can call 1-800-799-SAFE. You can also call 1-800-787-3224. You can chat at thehotline.org, and you can also text START to 88788. Of course, it's free and confidential for anyone that feels that they need it. We'll be right back.
Okay. She said they would be right back. So I guess they got more information to go give us. Okay. Oh, yes, they do. So I'm going to go ahead and put out, show the rest of it. Guys, this, I paused it. They're back, but I paused it for a moment. They're saying and they're thinking that this trial he may not go to trial until next year. So that means we're in September right now, October. We got holiday season coming around. October, November, and December. Oh my God. My thing is, I wonder, because I don't think he expected this that quickly. Okay, I knew they said he was going to turn himself in on Tuesday, which would be been the 17th, but they stopped him and got him on Monday, the 16th. And it was not nighttime because it was still daylight outside. People were still walking around, okay? Daylight. So I don't know what time that daylight is, but so that means, and once he got locked up, I doubt if he had time to call his kids or his girls and tell them that daddy got locked up. Daddy is in the popo. Daddy has got a mug shot right now, getting a mug shot. Or I'll be home later, because he thought he was going to be home later. I wonder, did he have time to say anything? I don't think so, because, whoo. Okay, let's hear the rest of it, okay? Here we go, guys.
Indictment filed against Combs is very elaborate, but in short, it's basically running a sex trafficking ring and violently and keeping victims quiet about it and pressing them into the ring as well. And it is I mean, certainly that document is one of the most explosives that I've ever seen filed against a defendant in a criminal court.
Why has he been denied bail, and prosecutors are arguing to keep him there until the trial?
I mean, he has a lot of resources, though I don't think it would be easy for him to go anywhere and kind of blend in. I mean, certainly he could. He has the means, has the probably the support still of some allies, and the money to get to a place where it would be difficult to extradite him. It is not unusual for the federal government to detain people until their trial that are accused of serious federal crimes. And I would say, every day, people that probably you and I have never heard of do end up being detained until their trial. It's the positive news, such as it were, if you're in that situation, is that the federal government doesn't always take as long as some of these state courthouses, but certainly in the United States, it's, you hear stories of people waiting months, if not years, for their trial.
So, Ramon, when is the trial expected to take place, and how big will it be in terms of length of time and also the attention that it's going to draw?
There's going to be a fair bit of preliminary kind of legal wrangling around the trial. I'd expect the defense to attack the indictment. I'd expect I'd expect some preliminary things. So it's difficult to say exactly when it would be, and it is going to be, I imagine, one of the most covered trials. I think the allegations at the heart of the indictment, when you look at the so-called freak-offs that he had, and the insane attention to detail attributed to him as far as procuring everything from drugs to lubricant to baby oil, and then those so-called freak-offs that, I mean, keep in mind that some people allegedly were forced into participating, and that people who were participating were recorded participating in them without their consent. Were so intense that they required, intravenous fluids for its participants, including Combs himself, allegedly, to recover. I mean, those are details that obviously, are shock the conscience. And then keep in mind that at this stage, prosecutors don't need to tip their hand, right? So this is the very tip of the iceberg that's in that document, and the fact that they're comfortable enough to kind of put that out there shows, I think, is an indication. As an outsider, that there's quite a bit in reserve that they're ready to present should it go to trial. Keep in mind the possibility too that certainly everyone in Combs' position explores, does it make sense for me to plead guilty and maybe get not as harsh of a punishment as I would get going to trial and losing? So this all could be resolved in a guilty plea or some sort of plea. That said, that type of arrangement often requires a summary of like an admission, a written admission that's signed and under oath, and all of that would be detailed and would probably shed a lot more light than what the indictment did.
And if it does go to trial, who is expected to testify, do you think?
I mean, there's some hints certainly in the indictment of it's pretty clear that I think in the fourth paragraph of the indictment, if you read it, it's a pretty clear reference to singer Cassie Ventura, right? And she was the woman who kind of precipitated his downfall by filing a civil lawsuit last year alleging violence and sexual abuse. Combs settled that in a day, which is unusually rapid and a clear sign that he was concerned that if many more of those details became public, it would be bad for him. Many more people have come forward. His legal problems have only metastasized from there. Obviously, they don't name her, but it's a pretty clear indication that her allegations are at the heart of the indictment. To a similar point, there is in the indictment you mentioned you see mentioned a car being blown up, right? That Combs and his associates blew up someone's car. We've certainly seen the rapper Kid Cudi talk about how after he briefly dated Cassie, Combs threatened to blow up his car, and then a short time later, his car blew up in his driveway. And certainly it should not surprise anyone if he ends up taking the stand and describing that sequence of events. From there, it's difficult. I think that there are hints in there. Obviously, look, Combs is accused of threatening witnesses, of threatening violence against witnesses to keep them quiet. So I would expect that that the federal government is going to protect and not reveal until the very last minute who is going to testify, given that.
And just finally, how do the cases, this case and also the other cases that he has faced, impact the music industry and the legacy that Combs leaves behind? What has been the public reaction?
He's a pariah, right? He went from a three-time Emmy winner, dating some of the most famous women, to obviously a pariah. I think that you could sort of see that this is the way it was going to go the moment that video showing him beating Cassie Ventura and manhandling her in a hotel hallway in 2016 became public in May. That felt like it was the beginning as far as like his career went. And I think it is safe to say I've certainly seen the label pariah or something to that effect labeled. These are, he faces life in prison. So if and so there is no guilty plea that can easily be there is no plea deal that can easily be reached that's going to lower that maximum substantially. So that's what you're looking at.
Ramon, Vargas, really interesting to talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, thank you. That's it on that. Whew, that was a lot of good information. That was a lot. And I think we needed that information. I think we all needed and wanted that information. Okay, so we heard a lot. I did not know. Tell you what, I'm gonna go over the bond package in another video because it's already at an hour. So I'm gonna leave it where it's at. Okay, we was talking about the one and only P. Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs. Okay, guys, he's living in the it's the MDC, hell on earth. Okay, that's what he's living in right now. He's been there since September the 16th. Today is September the 21st, Saturday, and he's still there. Okay, so guys, catch y'all next time. I bring you all the latest information, like always. I will always be covering the story. Just make sure y'all hit that like button since you got a lot of good information from this video. All right, go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you, guys.